Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'd like to do is just kind of go over what is it you're going to need to know for applying synthetic division. Now, synthetic division, I think once students kind of get the hang of it and do a couple exam problems, they're kind of like, this is pretty simple stuff. But I think it's really important to really understand the differences of factors, zeros, and roots, especially once we start getting, and why we're going to be applying all of them. So the first thing I think you should know is when we're using synthetic division, especially when we say, I want to divide, x plus 3. Well, that's the factor, right? If I want to divide a polynomial by x plus 3, I want to divide it by its factor. But when we apply synthetic division, what we're going to do is we're going to take our factor and we're going to set it equal to 0. And so we can identify what the 0 is or what the root. So x equals -3 is what we're going to use to apply our synthetic division. So, and remember, roots and zeros are similar. When we have our factors and our zeros are related to each other. We multiply our factors to get our polynomial. And when we have our set of factors equal to 0, then we apply that zero product property and we set each factor equal to 0 to find our zeros. Kind of got a lot of zeros in there. The next thing is when you're doing synthetic division, for instance, we're going to have like -3. And you're going to learn the steps of how we do this. But basically what we're doing, adding, subtracting, I should just add multiplying. So we're going to be adding and subtracting our polynomials as well as multiplying them. So you're going to want to make sure that you know how to add and subtract, because we're going to be adding polynomials vertically, and we're also going to be multiplying diagonally. Now, the last thing is the fillers. And what's really important about the fillers is that you understand the definition of a polynomial. And the definition of a polynomial, when we talk about the sum of monomials, that it starts at whatever the degree, and it always descends all the way down to the smallest degree, which would be x to the 0. So for instance, if I had the polynomial 3x to the 4th minus 3x squared, it's important for us to understand that the term, the exponent 3, the exponent, and the exponent 1 and 0 are still part of this polynomial, except we don't really include them. So if I was going to write this full polynomial, I would write 3x to the 4th plus 0x cubed minus 3x squared plus 0x plus 0 times x to the 0. OK? So therefore, then you can see I go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it's very important to understand these fillers, because when we apply synthetic division, we take the coefficients of each of these terms. What you guys see is we'll have 3, 0, -3, 0, 0. So it's very important for us to use those fillers when applying synthetic division so we can identify our quotient. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of just some of the basic things that you're going to need to know for applying synthetic division. Thanks.